My Adventures with Superman is a new animated series that debuts on Adult Swim and on Max. So today, let's see if it's worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. Clark Kent builds his secret Superman identity and embraces his role as the hero of Metropolis while sharing adventures and falling in love with Lois, a journalist who also takes Jimmy Olsen under her wing. So I have seen the first 7 episodes. I think there's 9, either 9 or 10 episodes to this series, and it debuts at midnight on Adult Swim and then the next day on Max. So they share these episodes. And I love this. This was really good. My Adventures with Superman embraced a more lighthearted tone for Superman, embracing more of the earlier adaptations of this character, while also really building him as this person that is struggling with his identity as Superman and keeping it a secret from Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen. And it has like this almost anime inspired feel to it, and this was just a treat. From beginning of the first episode to the last minute of the 7th episode, I was pleasantly surprised. I had a huge smile on my face, and even to the point where I thought that this is what I want the new Superman movie to be like. New James Gunn directed movie that's gonna be released in 2025. I thought this is how I want Superman to be. I did really like Henry Cavill as Superman and the more grittier version to Superman, but I really loved the more lighthearted tone to this series. You're able to fully connect with the character as he is struggling to keep his identity a secret and embrace the role of the hero of Metropolis. But you focus so much on that relationship between Lois Lane and Clark Kent, and it's very sweet. This is at the earlier part of his career at the Daily Planet. Lois Lane, Clark Kent, and Jimmy Olsen are all working together to find the next big news. And then Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen run into Superman, and they are determined to get interviewed with him. And he has to keep that all a secret. The way that they fully realize that relationship is very smooth. It's a really well-paced look at that relationship. You get slow moments of them starting to fall in love, and you see that relationship that is built throughout these 7 episodes. And I was really invested in that relationship, watching them go from co-workers to friends and then starting to fall for each other as well. Throughout these only 7 episodes that I saw, I thought it was handled very well. I was immediately drawn into that relationship and watching it flourish throughout. And then Jimmy Olsen never really feels like he is the third wheel in it. You know, there are times where you see Lois Lane and Clark Kent starting to fall in love, and but he's doing his own thing at times. He feels very independent within here, and he does insert himself into kind of like this relationship, and they are all good friends in here. But I like how Jimmy Olsen never felt like he was the third wheel, and so you have a better understanding of this character and his determination as well. So I liked how they handled this character and didn't make him feel like he was that much of a minor character in here. The animation looks really good. Like I said, it's like a anime inspired series where you have like when the characters are really happy, like the brighter cheeks and the big eyes and everything. It's not full on like anime, but it looks like it, and it looks really good from Metropolis and the action scenes as well. I thought it was very colorful. There wasn't really any dark moments to give it that vibe. The overall playful tone to it matched that with the animation style, and I really loved it. I can't wait to finish watching the last couple episodes, but the animation style definitely does work in here and feels fresh for a story centered around Superman. The voice acting also is really good. Jack Quaid voices Superman. He was in The Boys, and I thought he did a great job voicing this character. Someone that's very innocent and aware of his abilities and embracing that as well. very playful at times, but also serious as he's starting to struggle with balancing Superman and Clark Kent. And then the more lovely moments as he's starting to share his feelings with Lois Lane. And I really liked how Jack Quaid handled all of this. Very playful, but also serious as well. Alice Lee voices Lois Lane, and the right amount of curiosity, determination for this character. Very strong presence to Lois Lane, which I really did like, but also when she is falling in love with Clark Kent, we kind of break this character down and show a softer side to her, and Alice Lee is right there to handle all of that. And Jimmy Olsen is voiced by Ishmael Saeed, and really liked this character, how bubbly he was, excited about being friends with Lois Lane and Clark Kent. He started to address things about the relationship between Superman and Lois Lane. It became a little more serious. But overall, the voice acting from everybody was really spot on to how their characters were grown throughout the series. And this is not a series that's just focused on Lois Lane and Clark Kent falling in love. There's that struggle. There's villains in here. There's that deeper look at how Clark Kent can balance all of this, and learning of his past throughout the series adds some more depth to this character. So we see a almost sort of an origin story developing throughout these 7 episodes. Paired that with some beautiful animation and a really nice look at this couple to really strengthen the overall story of Superman. And Lois Lane is fun. Jimmy Olsen is fun as well. The villains I didn't think had the most impact to the overall series, but they focused mainly on that friendship and Clark Kent as well. This is a really good show. I loved the overall tone to it. It's very lighthearted compared to what we've seen before from the DC animated movies, and also just Henry Cavill as well. It reminds me of classic older Superman in terms of the playful tone and the overall feel people get when they see Superman, and they're very excited. I can't wait for the new Superman movie. I really hope that it's going to be something like this, a more lighthearted tone, because I really loved how this was presented, and then we had a understanding of this character. So My Adventures with Superman was one of the highlights of this year for me. I was really surprised with how much I liked it. I was smiling constantly in here. I was fully invested in the relationships. It's funny at times, it's thrilling, it's beautifully animated, it works. You really need to check out this series. So before I give you my score for My Adventures with Superman, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer actions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. I'm going to go ahead and give My Adventures with Superman a B+. Thank you guys for checking out my review for My Adventures with Superman, the new DC animated series. Have you guys seen it by chance? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.